What on earth is a minor scale? How do I build it? And why do I need to know? Hi, welcome to Dan's Solfège Trainer, exercise 1C. This video is a crash course in the minor scale through the lens of the two ways you can sing it in movable do solfège. So in both do minor and la minor, we'll sing the three common variations of the minor scale. There is one version of the minor scale you can already sing without thinking much. So first we'll sing, then I'll show you what we're singing, and we'll do the variations. If you can sing the major scale in solfège, you can also sing the natural minor scale, starting from la. It's as easy as the major scale, except instead of do up to do, we're going to walk down and sing from la up to la. Do, ti, la. Ready? Go. La, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. Coming down. La, sol, fa, mi, re, do, ti, la. Let's do it one more time. La, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. La, sol, fa, mi, re, do, ti, la. Now, to get to the variations, I have to teach you, what on earth is a minor scale? Okay, fine, I'll tell you. If you watched 1B, How to Sing Anything, you know that major and minor scales are both 7-note subsets of the 12-note or 12-tone Western chromatic scale. That's the underlying scale that contains every note on a piano, every note on a guitar, every note on a saxophone, and so on. And every major and minor scale has one scale degree for each letter name A through G. Major and minor scales are also exactly the same for scale degrees 1, 2, 4, and 5. But here's where they split. I'll show you the natural minor scale first, which you've just sung. Compared to a major scale, for a natural minor, 3, 6, and 7 are all a half step lower than they are in major. So we say they are all lowered. Quick reminder, a half step is a movement of one key of any color. And a whole step is two of them. So in whole steps and half steps, the natural minor scale formula is whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, half, whole, whole. A mnemonic device that works for this formula is when hot, why won't he wear white? Let's apply the minor scale formula from C. C, whole, half, whole, whole, half, whole, whole. C, whole, half, whole, whole, half, whole, whole. And if you remember that a C major scale is all white keys, it's easy to see the three differences. 3, 6, and 7 are all lowered. So C minor has E flat, A flat, and B flat. Everything else is still natural or white keys, just like it was in major. Now let's apply it in A. You'll notice that in A minor, as in C major, there are no black keys. Again, as we mentioned in 1B with major, there is one and only one starting note out of the 12 pitches, where playing a minor scale will result in all white keys. And if you contrast this with A major, you'll again see these three differences. In A minor, the 3, 6, and 7 are natural or white keys, but in A major, they're all sharps: C sharp, F sharp, G sharp. That's natural minor, and here's major. Same contrast we were seeing in C, we just see it backwards. Okay, so that's your crash course on the basics of the minor scale. You are now equipped to play a natural minor scale starting from any note. Time for our first variation. The natural minor scale you've just sung is as different from major as we will get. Now we'll change a couple of things back. First, we're changing the 7th scale degree back to the way it was in major, or we might say it's raised rather than lowered. Now, since we're in La minor, this raised 7th will require a chromatic syllable. Instead of so, the 7th scale degree will be C. Here we go. La, ti, do, re, mi, fa, si, la. La, si, fa, mi, re, do, ti, la. Notice that we have a lowered 6th and a raised 7th right next to each other. Let's do it again. La, ti, do, re, mi, fa, si, la. La, si, fa, mi, re, do, ti, la. And the last variation is known as melodic minor. Check it out, this is the weirdest one. In melodic minor, the third, again, stays lowered, but the sixth and seventh are raised in ascending passages and lowered in descending passages. This occurs because it's a real pattern that does exist in some music. Now, music theory is supposed to describe common music practices. It's not supposed to recommend for or against them, and there is a time and place for this kind of practice, but real music is always more diverse and more complex. So there are no shoulds in this pattern. I just want to show you that this pattern sometimes occurs, and it helps to know the name for it and how to sing it when it's time. In La harmonic minor, we raised the seventh from So to Si. Now in melodic minor, we'll also raise the sixth from Fa to Fi. So 5 to 8 ascending will be Mi, Fi, Si, La, and 8 to 5 descending will be La, So, Fa, Mi. Let's sing the whole scale. La, ti, do, re, mi, fi, si, la. La, so, fa, mi, re, do, ti, la. And again. La, ti, do, re, mi, fi, si, la. La, so, fa, mi, re, do, ti, la. Okay, we've done all three variations of the minor scale, and like I said, there are two ways we can solfège minor scales, distinguished by what syllable the scale starts on. Both have pros and cons. With La minor, the advantage is you may not have to use chromatic syllables quite as often. The disadvantage is that you don't start and end your scale with Do anymore. As you saw, you start from La. Now I'll show you Do minor. You might say that La minor makes natural minor feel like the default. Do minor makes major feel like the default, and everything we do in between is adjustments from there. Which one makes the most sense may depend on context and your preference. I personally usually prefer to use Do minor. I suspect it helps me work faster, but I've also known great musicians who use La minor. In Do minor, you take Mi, La, and Ti, or 3, 6, and 7 in the major scale, and you lower them with the chromatic syllables Me, Le, and Te. The natural minor scale starting from Do. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, le, te, do. Do, te, le, so, fa, mi, re, do. And again. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, le, te, do. Do, te, le, so, fa, mi, re, do. The harmonic minor scale, where we raise the 7th scale degree, or leave it as it was in major, but the 3rd and 6th are lowered. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, le, ti, do. Do, ti, le, so, fa, mi, re, do. Again. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, le, ti, do. Do, ti, le, so, fa, mi, re, do. The melodic minor scale, where the 6th and 7th are raised or like major on the way up, but lowered on the way down. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Do, te, le, so, fa, mi, re, do. Again. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Do, te, le, so, fa, mi, re, do. When you start a song in minor, you'll use a minor incipit. Again, an incipit or incipit is a quick orienting melody that you sing to plant the new Do or the new La in your ear. The one I suggest sounds like this. In La minor, La, do, mi, do, la, si, la. You try it. La, do, mi, do, la, si, la. And in Do minor, the same notes will be sung. Do, me, so, me, do, ti, do. Your turn. Do, me, so, me, do, ti, do. Basics of scales are at 1B, how to sing anything. All the chromatic solfège syllables are at 1D, we can solfège that. Start your journey in major from 2A, spinning endless spinning, or in minor, chapter 7, from 7A, as though the music were your face. Thanks for doing solfège with me, have a great practice.